Joshua's had a weird career, and
Yeah.
he because he had obviously the boxing world kind of stopped when Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz. He got KO'd in that fight.
How you doing, fight fans? It's Timmy Shoes with Inside Fighting, and we are back with another episode of Insider Betting. I'm joined by Jesse Rowe, our editor-in-chief, and we've got some boxing this weekend. Jesse, my man, how you doing?
Doing very well. I'm wearing my Shohei Ohtani t-shirt in celebration of the Babe Ruth of baseball. Yes, the Babe Ruth of baseball. I just said that out loud. As I said it out loud, I realized how ridiculous it sounded. The Babe Ruth of modern baseball, Shohei Ohtani, coming to the Dodgers here in Los Angeles. Very excited about it. Timothy, it is wonderful to see you. I'm happy to talk some combat with you really quick. This episode of Insider Betting, not a good start, Timmy. Not a good start. This episode of Insider Betting is brought to you by DraftKings. Right now, if you're a new DraftKings customer and you want to bet on some NFL games, the season's winding down. Playoff teams are being set. It's a lot of fun. You can go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, bet $5 of your own money on any NFL game, and you get $150 of bonus bets instantly using promo code INSIDEFIGHTING. That's $5 of your own money. Get $150 of bonus bets instantly. Promo code INSIDEFIGHTING. Have some fun and bet responsibly. Timmy, what are we betting on this weekend?
This weekend, we've got no UFC. We've got no UFC for a minute. There is one FC on Friday if you're interested in that, but we are all about the boxing this weekend. We've got three great fights to keep an eye on with some stars who are looking to cash in. So we've got Dmitry Bivol, who beat Canelo Alvarez, for those who remember. He's taking on a guy named Lyndon Arthur. Now, Bivol is a minus 2,500 favorite. Obviously, things are a little stacked in that guy's favor. Lyndon Arthur is a plus. Lyndon Arthur is a plus 1,200. Jesse, what do you make of the fight?
Well, what I make of it is that I'm going to bet $5 on Lyndon Arthur because
Yep.
I'm not betting a single dime at minus 2,500 for Dmitry Bivol. Look, Bivol's going to win this fight, and he's going to win it handily. And I'm going to look really quick on DraftKings, and I'm going to check out winning method. And for fight outcome by decision, it's a minus 125. By TKO, it's a minus 105. That's not bad considering it's a minus 2,500. So bet on one of those. Just bet on
exactly.
Don't doesn't matter which one you pick because you're making nothing betting on him to win. Like, you're bet $100 to win what, $5? I don't even know what it is. Let me look what it is for $100. $100 gets me $4. So I would bet on Bivol to I'll bet on a TKO at minus 105, try to double my money. That's what I'm going to do.
Beautiful. I feel the same way. I mean, it's kind of crazy that you can get a minus 105 on a guy who's a minus 25. That's insane, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, Bivol by KO, that's incredible value at minus 105. And we know what this is. Bivol is one of those things where this boxing star who's taking up a fight to keep himself fresh before he moves on to a bigger fight. So Bivol's going to win, obviously. Go for the TKO, or the decision is a minus 125.
Pick one of them.
Moving
on. Can't go wrong. Be really quick before you go. Bivol, it's either going to be Canelo Alvarez or Dmitry Bivol as the next opponent for David Benavidez. I wouldn't mind seeing either one, but Bivol would be very interesting too. That'd be a fun one. So
moving on, Deontay Wilder, the bronze bomber, he is back in action, and he is a minus 600 favorite against Joseph Park, who is a plus 425 favorite. I believe Joseph Park was one of the guys who was one of the names that was floated to maybe fight Francis Ngannou. But obviously, Deontay Wilder, he's the heavy favorite.
Joseph Parker, you said, right?
Yes.
I think you said Park. Okay.
Yes.
Parker.
Is it? It's Parker. Yeah,
Parker. I just want to make sure. I was like, I think Zoom was cutting the last part of it out. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Wilder minus 600, Parker plus 425. Jesse, give us your thoughts.
This is another go for winning method here, and so this is way different than the previous fight where Bivol was a minus 2,500, but I'm only like a minus 105 for TKO. Whereas for Wilder, he's a minus 600 to win, but a minus 380 to win by knockout and a
Yep.
plus 700 to win by decision. So
Yep.
that tells me everything I need to know. Deontay Wilder will be knocking him out. People forget if Tyson Fury didn't exist, Deontay Wilder would be undefeated. And if Deontay Wilder's when he knocked down Fury in the 11th round or the 12th round, I think it might have been the 11th round, 12th round, whatever it was in their first fight that ended in a draw. Fury rose from the dead in that fight. If Fury doesn't get
Yep.
up, I don't know if there's a rematch. I don't know. I think because I think it would have been definitive that it was by
Yep.
knockout, that there might not have been a rematch. Deontay Wilder might still be undefeated because his only fight since then, since fighting Tyson Fury, has been against Robert Helenius, who he knocked out in the first 75 seconds or whatever it was. So Deontay Wilder will knock out Parker. And I'm looking at whether or not we want to bet in the second half of the fight or the first half of the fight. And
I think just to throw this in there, I'm pretty sure there was a rematch clause in the Fury
oh, I
fight.
see. I apologize. Okay, I
Yeah.
have that wrong then.
Yeah.
I have that wrong.
And
Okay,
Tyson was
fine.
winning that fight until he got knocked down.
But
But
either way, okay, so fair enough. So fair enough. It might so if it might things might have been different. That's what I'll say.
yes, there's some
So
people who believe that he actually won that fight and actually knocked him out because the 10 count was long.
it
He
was too
actually
long.
told
It was way
Inside
too long.
Fighting's Andrew Capichetti
Right.
that he did knock out Tyson Fury. Anyway, sorry, don't mean to interrupt your fight props.
So, but if you want to get into round betting, and you
Uh,
could bet on total rounds. Here it is. Over 6.5, under 6.5. It's a minus
ooh.
115 for both.
Ooh.
And so it's interesting. And if you're gonna pick on Wilder to win by knockout, right? So let me do this. I'm gonna do Wilder by knockout. Winning method to Wilder to win by KO. And then I'm gonna do total rounds under 6.5. I can't do that. I can't parlay the two.
No.
I'm gonna go with this fight being under 6.5 rounds. Earlier it was changed, or you could pick a specific round where the odds get crazy. But I think that he can get this done in under 7 rounds. So I will pick under 6.5 rounds at minus 115. I think that's like just pick one of those because I think he's gonna knock this guy out. If you think he's gonna get it done in the first 7 or in the last 6, it's your decision. Or sorry, if the first 6 or the last 6, your call. But I'm picking under 6.5 rounds because I just think his power is too much, and I think Deontay is like Ngannou in MMA. You land one, it's over. Deontay Wilder knocked down Tyson Fury multiple times in the fight where he got KO'd in the 7th round. So
Yep.
if he can do that to Tyson Fury, he can do that to Joseph Parker, who I have never watched a fight of. So I'm going to go under 6.5 rounds at minus 115.
Beautiful. I think that's amazing value under 6 rounds. And I'm going to get into my parlay a little bit later, but you can also get plus 340 for Wilder to win in rounds 1 through 3. Okay.
Okay, I like that too. I like that too.
Wilder by KO, and I think he gets it done early.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua is back in action. He is a minus 360 favorite. He's taking on Otto Wallin, who is a plus 270. This is actually the closest fight out of the 3 fights that we're talking about. It was sort of a descending thing. So this one's a little bit closer, but Joshua is still expected to win. Jesse, what are your thoughts?
Joshua's had a weird career, and
Yeah.
he because he had obviously the boxing world kind of stopped when Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz. He got KO'd in that fight or TKO'd, I forget. And that was kind of shocking, right? That he lost because nobody was expecting Andy Ruiz to win that fight. And then since then, he lost to Usyk twice, right? Did he lose to Usyk twice?
I yes,
Just
they
once.
did rematch because um I think he lost the decision twice.
Right. And yeah, if you could look that up for me. Anyways, So he fights Usyk and loses, and then he fights Robert Helenius, who
Yeah, they fought twice.
yeah, so he lost to Usyk twice. He fights Robert Helenius in like the next fight following. He actually fought somebody else, and I'm forgetting their name in between the Helenius fight and the Usyk fight, which he won. But the knock on him was that he wasn't really showing a lot of power, and he knocked out Robert Helenius pretty convincingly in their last fight. And I'm sort of torn. I think Anthoyn Joshua is going to win this fight. I think he's figured some things out, but I'm just sort of torn on what winning method to go for here. I do think 360 is enough where I could, kind of put some money down on him winning outright, but I kind of like, I feel like he is figuring some things out where plus 165 to win by KO or TKO is good enough to place a wager on. So I do think Joshua will win by like a KO or TKO in the later rounds, because I think that he's getting better at sort of the methodical breakdown of a fighter. I think that he lost some confidence after that Andy Ruiz fight, and I think he's slowly getting it back. And I just don't think, I think that Joshua is going to kind of remind everybody why he was considered to be one of the greats of the heavyweight division. I think he's going to beat him up, and over the 8, 9, 10 rounds, we're going to find a TKO. That's what I see happening.
I think Joshua takes this again. You're right in that he has had a weird career. There was a point in time where heavyweight boxing was literally three guys. This is before it was Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and Anthoyn Joshua. Before even Wilder and Fury fought, everyone was like, oh, there were people who believed Anthoyn Joshua was better than both of them. There were people who believed that he was the best heavyweight boxer in the world. And then, he gets knocked out by Andy Ruiz, and things kind of spiral on him a little bit. I think Usyk sort of usurped him in that role as like this other guy. But there was a time where people wanted to see Joshua versus Fury. I know Tyson Fury was talking about boxing him in a stadium in London, because they're both British. I don't know if it was the O2, but I think he was talking about a big stadium. So Joshua's going to win this. I want to throw out some things. Joshua by decision is a plus 120. And Joshua by KO, TKO, DQ is a plus 165. So I'm picking Joshua. I think it's a solid pick, and I've got some parlays that are pretty interesting.
Or KO? Are you decision or KO?
I think a decision is more likely. And I've got a couple parlays that are pretty interesting. I want you to check them out. Tell me what you think. All right.
Right.
Both 3-leg parlays, because we're doing 3 fights, obviously. I got Bivol by KO, Wilder by KO, and Joshua by decision. I think those are 3 extremely likely outcomes. The only one you might want to change is Joshua by decision. That is a plus 442, which means $10 will win you back 54 and 25 cents. What do you make of that one?
Yeah, it's funny. I like it, but I'm actually just gonna change it. I feel like I did the exact same one that you just did. I just changed it to Joshua on the money line, which is obviously minus 380 or whatever it was. Minus 360 as of right now. So it's a plus 215. I am not crazy about it. However, if you wanted to just remove Wilder by KO and throw in the fight as what I mentioned earlier, which is the amount of rounds that it's going to go, which is under
6 is minus 115
and a half. You get a little extra juice where it goes to a plus 366. So you get like an extra plus 150. It's nothing. This is the problem with boxing, Timmy, is that the outcomes are so predictable that you don't really get a lot of juice. So you got to get creative to get a little extra. And that's what I'm going to do.
I got some juice for you. Jesse, because I got the same parlay I just gave you, but it's got a little extra juice. It's a plus 1789. So it's almost a plus 1800, which means $10 will win you 188, almost $189. Here it is. Bivol by KO, Joshua by decision. And here's the thing that gives you the juicer. It's Wilder to win in rounds 1 through 3. I mentioned this before. I think he gets that KO early. So If you do that, $10 wins you almost 200. That's a way to get that juice back. What do you think?
Sold. Take my money.